Hi, in this video I will discuss all the steps involved in access control process. So let's start. Now these are different users who want to access this server and who wants to perform different operations on this system. Now this is a hacker who want to do the same thing but for malicious purposes. So in order to control access to your system, you need to implement an access control process. So this access control process has different steps. So the first step is the registration, followed by identification, authentication, authorization, auditing or accounting, and these all steps then lead us to the accountability of the user. Now in registration, this registration happens only for the first time when a user sign up to the system. So a system may ask to provide documentation as a proof of your identity, or some more secure system like banking sector may ask you to provide your social security number, and this system may also compare your credentials from your credentials in the national database. Now after verifying all your credentials and documentation, your biometrics are taken up by the system for future use, and you are also asked to set up a security questions in order in case you want to reset your password in future. So after performing all these steps of registration, you are allotted a unique identity. Now the next phase start. So you have been allotted a unique identity. Now you got to claim that identity to the system by providing your username to the system. So you sign in to the system by claiming as someone trusted by the system or registered from the system by providing your username to the system. Now once you provide your username to the system, your accountability starts here onward. Now yet you have not proved anything to the system, you have just claimed your identity, but you have not provided any proof of your identity. So in authentication, you provide proof of your identity or of your identity claim by providing your your password or your biometric. So system authenticate you by comparing your password and your biometric from the data which is already present on the system. So if both the password or any biometrics are similar to the data which is already stored on the system during the registration process, then you are authenticated to the system. So now you have been authenticated by the system and you have proved your identity, but still you are not authorized to perform any action on the system. So in order to give you that authorization, this authorization stage is there. So now you are allowed to perform specific operations on the system based upon your identity. For example, if you are a admin, then you are allowed more action to perform on the system than a normal user. So these authorization actions are based upon the principle of least privilege and need to know. So least privilege relates to the actions on the system, and need to know is relates to the access to the data. So you are allowed to perform only the minimum action on the system as needed, and you are allowed only to access the data as per the need of a specific user. So this authorization is different from identification and authentication in a way that in this identification and authentication is nothing or all. It means that either you are authenticated, you are identified to the system, or you are not identified to the system, or you are authenticated by the system, or you are not authenticated by this system. But this authorization has different variations based upon the identity of a user. For example, if you are an admin, then you are allowed to perform more action, and if you are a normal user, then you are allowed to perform minimum actions or required actions. Now, after you have been authorized to the system, now you are performing different actions to the system. Here's the next step, that is auditing or accounting comes up. So your actions are now tracked and recorded and logged on the system based upon your identity. So this auditing has the link with the identification or your identity. So based upon your identity, your actions are recorded on the system by recording different parameters of your actions, that who has performed what action and where he has performed these actions and what kind of action he has performed. Now this provides us an audit trail in case any actions of a user led to any incident. So this provides us evidences of that user's actions. Now after doing all these steps, then these all steps leads us to the accountability. Now the user can be held accountable for any action he has performed on this system. So if he has performed any malicious actions on this system, then he will be accountable for those actions. So he cannot repudiate or he cannot deny performing those actions, because he has been identified, he has been authenticated, and his auditing of his actions or recording of his actions are also there. Now this accountability relates to the identification, authentication and auditing, but it does not relate to authorization, because if a user is not authorized to perform action or specific action on the system, but he has somehow performed those actions by bypassing security controls, even then his actions will be recorded and he will be accountable for those actions. So this was all from my side. Please stay connected to my channel for similar videos. Thank you.